Music is the expression of one's soul. The instruments that create it are its voices. Over the years, the music scene has shifted from the classical genre to rock, EDM, and other genres. What has also changed along with this is the kind of instruments that youth today attempt to learn.
I'm currently teaching the violin, and I've been teaching for about 6 or 7 years, right after I got out of school, in fact. And yes, I've seen a deterioration in the amount of youth that take up the instrument as compared to guitar or drums. Primarily because the guitar and drums are much more easier, and you get quick results with the guitar and drums as compared to the violin, where you really have to have that patience and consistency with your practice, and given a lot of time, and considering that the amount of workload that the students have today, it's very difficult for them to take up the instrument seriously.
Many youngsters have started learning modern instruments like the guitar because they believe it is more fun. Others choose modern instruments because it is more convenient to learn them over classical instruments in today's fast-paced life.
I play the drums as well as the guitar. I chose these instruments compared to the violin and the piano because I feel that this is more entertaining and more fun, and there's a lot more movement happening over here.
Okay, so I'm and I play the guitar, and I chose the guitar because you don't really have to, it's not that difficult as compared to the violin and other classical instruments, and I can practice it by myself, and I don't really need someone else to teach it to me. So whenever I get a little bit of free time at any point of time, I can just pick up the guitar and play around. And
although the number of youth taking up modern instruments is on the rise, there are still some who choose classical ones. The uniqueness of these instruments still attracts many youngsters today.
I went to a concert with my boss when I was working, and we went to an A.R. Rahman concert, and that's when I watched this soloist while she was playing really beautifully, and I was very enamored, and so I felt like maybe I definitely can do it. I just went back home, and then I had time to myself, so I would read up on Spanish, and then I would play the violin for a really long time. I mean, I used to shut all the doors and the windows and practice just the basic ones a lot, sometimes 4 hours. So I knew that at the beginning I needed to get that foundation, so then I can at least over time do it. I had this goal when I was very young, when I used to listen to the keyboard, you can play songs, the melody of songs. So there's canon in D that I decided that I'm going to one day be able to play the entire thing. So then it was just very recently that I printed out the entire thing, and I can play it today.
Every instrument today, be it classical or modern, has its own unique and important role to play in music. Now, although we have seen a decline in the number of youth who opt to learn classical instruments today, we have also seen a few who have actually taken up classical instruments despite of all the difficulties that go along with it. Now, will this trend continue or will it fade away? Only time can tell. With camera person Seshadri Iyer, this is Freny Fernandes for Spice News.